Hello everyone, Psychic Medium, Karina Webb here. Welcome, welcome for another show on the Spiritual Events Directory. Going to talk about what happens to us when we die. So just waiting to see who's joining me tonight. And I know Spirit will be joining me tonight. I've been very, very busy tonight, this week. Very, very busy. Hello, hello. Thank you for your lovely connections. And I've had a big week. Let's just say I've had a very big week. And I've had a big week of readings as well. So, yeah, so here I am just getting through that time of readings and just getting through it all. So yes, a few people are jumping on. Hi Karen, hi Joe, hi Zena, welcome to the show. So I just feel tonight we can talk about actually this was actually addressed from Kim. Kim, I think if Kim jumps on tonight, lovely Kim, she will see this. Hi Sandra, good morning to you, darling. It's always lovely that you're joining me, and I was just letting you know that I've had a really big week today. Even a lot of readings today, really quite full on, haven't stopped. So I'm just chilling in the moment tonight, really just chilling in the moment, and I'm sort of saying, Spirit, will you give me that energy? And I know they always do, so they're so amazing. So hi, Ambi, is it, Laura? Hi, how are you? Hi, Emma. Hi, Betsy. Hi, Janine, is it? Hi, Therese, how are you? How have you been, love? I really hope that you're starting to make some progress, a little bit of progress in your life from the last time I spoke to you. And I actually feel there might have been a bit of a shift as well. Whether you see it as a good one or a not so good one, I do hope that there has been a shift with you there, Therese. Hi, Madeline. Hi, Rachel Joy. How are you? Oh, good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Hi, Karen O'Connor. Good morning to you. Now, I'm probably going to say this all wrong, but is it Oraha? Is it? I've probably got that wrong, and my apologies. I'm not so great with names I'm not familiar with. So, but you know who you are. Pine is your surname. So welcome and thank you for joining me. Hi, Rhonda Taylor. So yes, a few of you are jumping on board now. Hi, Emma. Hi, Zena. Hi. Hi, Karen. It's all lovely that you're joining me tonight. So how has your day been? Has it been busy? Has it been a bit all scattered? The heat has been, especially here in Queensland, it's been extremely hot. And it's one extreme to the other, because here we had all this cold weather, and then all of a sudden it just does this flip side, and now we've got some really hot weather coming in, and this is supposed to be our spring, and it's so hot. So I'd hate to see what it's going to be like when it's really in our summer months. So it's really, really hot there. So just unbelievable. You just got to take it as you can, there's not much you can do about that. There, so it is what it is. So tonight we have a few joining us now, so thank you very much. So tonight we're going to talk about what happens to us when we die. Do you worry about what happens to your loved ones when they die? Do you feel like, oh my God, what's happened to them? There's a lot of speculation, especially with when we have loved ones that have passed in unusual ways, whether it be on the toilet seat or whether it be in a car accident or whether it be suicide or whatever, different than the norm of, say, ill health or something like that. We can begin to think, oh my gosh, when they die, they would have gone through a horrific time through that death, and to death to us, to the spirit world, is really just that transition of the spirit. And so let's just start back from the start, and we can say that when we first come into this lifetime, okay, we are divine source. Okay, we are divine source energy, okay, and we know that. It's a knowing, it's something we we cannot take, we cannot take that away from us. That is something we are so accustomed to, that when we come in being born, we also know that, but we don't know it on that level that we know because we're a baby. But we know that as a spirit. We know that because we are part of that divine source. Yeah. And so a lot of people also have that speculation about, why is it that when we come, okay, from the world of spirit into a life that we see here as physical, and we've had nothing but bad luck, we've had tragic, we've had a lot of unhappy things have gone on in our lives. We've had tragic moments where our friends and our family and acquaintances and everything around us have had extremely difficult passings. And so what happens is we feel like, no way, I did not put this in the order. I truly did not put this in the order. And you think to yourself, as a physical soul, we can say, well, how come God gave us this? I, was not supposed to go through this amount, okay, of experiences. And why am I going through these experiences? Well, as a spirit, you, from the day one, from the get-go, okay, from source energy, you knew exactly what was happening, and you have agreed with this. You have said yes to this. This is something that you knew was part of your transition into this physical plane. You knew that. However, what then happens is we come in and we go, oh, really? Is what I got to put up with? Is this the crap I got to put up with? Is this the heartache and pain that I truly got to put up with? And see, so because we're not aligned to that source energy that we know we should be, our physical self comes in stronger, and we don't know, okay, even though we do know, our spirit knows, okay, that we have gone on this journey and we're going on it for a reason. Okay, so some may have had some more heartache than many. Now, I know a lady that have had husbands after husbands after husbands. Now, she said, I've lost that many husbands, so I cannot count now. Well, as much as it's sad, as much as it's really, depressing and upsetting, unfortunately, that's something that was agreed with her and the source before she came here. And that's the same with all of us. So we agree to say yes to it all as a spirit, but when we come in here, okay, connecting that spirit with our soul on this physical plane, we are saying, no way, I don't want this. This is just too hard for me. I don't want it. And you know, it's one of those things that we are just going to have to toughen up and get used to, because we've come here for it, and that's it, to learn some really major lessons. And some, you know, some have gone there to learn other different lessons. Some are having wonderful experiences here on life because that's what they've wanted to do. That's their journey, and they have created it that way from the other side. So we have come to do whatever experience we are having here. And if it means we're having many, many experiences that are not very pleasant, well, that it is what it is. And so what we need to do is we need to just work with that experience to the best that we can. And when we've triumphed through that experience, we can go, did it, tick it off and go, well, let's just hope that, you know, the next one's going to be a little bit easier. Yeah. So, so then we get to, you know, we get to the stage where, you know, again, we have made that decision whether we choose to pass at a young age or whether we have chosen to pass at a later age. And that is totally when we, that knowing from our spirit is before we come here. And yes, a lot of people will say, you know, oh, it's quite sad that this young person has lost their life at such a young age. But it is what it is, and it's something that has been part of that spirit's journey. And it's about the people around those people that are learning much more major lessons than the ones who are leaving the earth plane very early. And of course, so when we leave the this physical plane, you know, the thing is, and what I want to say is, we're source energy, we're divine source energy before we come. We're divine source energy when we're here, and we're divine source energy when we come out of that body, when we have that out of body experience, and we don't necessarily go to a world. I mean, it's an experience, what people feel is a world. It's a vibration, I suppose. It's a dimension, if you like it. And what we do is we merge ourselves, okay, to the full self of who we truly are as that spirit. So when that spirit of ours goes out of the body, there's no looking back. You know, it may look at the body very quickly. It may be there for a reason to see if the loved ones are coping, but they're only there for a very short period of time, and then we're off. We're off to being more of that divine source. So it's merging that spirit of ourselves more and more to divine source. Okay. So if you want to put it into some sort of percentage, we're 100% source energy. We come in to this world. We could be maybe 78, 90, whatever. Some could be 10. And I don't really want to go into percentage, but I'm just giving you an example. And so then we work with that source energy here. And so the closer we are to whatever you want to call it, divine source, God, whatever, we are then more closer to that connection while we're here, if we can be. And when we then depart, okay, our then spirit goes to that more centered space of who we truly are as a spirit. It becomes more divine source. So it comes back to that place of that 100%. Okay, there is no anguish for anyone or anything. In fact, they, souls who have passed, they are so elated, so it's a feeling of ecstasy that is just, it's a belonging, it's a love. I mean, I don't know, I haven't experienced it, but it's only from my own experiences, what I know and what I know. And so that feeling of ecstasy is so pure, so pure to your spirit, and you become one. You merge with spirit and become one with spirit, and it is just so beautiful. And then you will, you will be on that vibration with what you already know as spirit. Yeah. And you will be so happy to be able to see other spirits as we know them, which is our loved ones, and to our guides and helpers who have been there from the time we have, started our journey from the spirit world to this world. But again, it's just it's a vibration, if you like, and so they don't really want to look back. So when they pass, they don't want to look back. The only time they really want to look back, okay, once they've met everybody, they've engaged with everybody, they feel that, that beautiful wonder that's like, oh, I'm so happy to be here again. Okay, then they will probably make that that understanding is that I want to know what's happening to my loved ones. How are they coping? I want to send them love. I want to send them healing. I want to be there for them, but that won't be straight away, because that massive feeling of being with the source again is just amazing. And why wouldn't they want to just, lavish in that beautiful light and love? And it's like they're sharing in it, you know what I mean? Because it's like all their troubles have gone, all the worries, all the physical things have been left behind. They don't have a worry in the world. The only, not so much concern, it's just that they just want to know what is happening with their loved ones, and that they, through the transition of that passing, and so they will want to just check in, if you like, to see how they are going. Now, I know I've actually got spirit wanting to come in. What actually happens is that, so here's a good example. You just lose your loved one, okay, whether it be your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, and so forth. And you go, well, I haven't seen them, and I haven't heard them, and I don't know they're there, and I just don't feel they're around, and I feel really upset. And really it's not that they're not around. They are around. It's just that you haven't reached, if you like, the vibration to which you can receive. And so because you're in such an awkward and yet disheartening vibration, where you've just lost your loved one, and it's understandable why you would be feeling like that. And so it's just like the spirit world, or your loved ones who have passed, are just being patient, to sort of see if you can come and work with them on some form of vibration to help with them. And they're not feeling any sadness whatsoever, none whatsoever. Many people go, oh yeah, no, loved ones are having troubles, there's this. I can honestly tell you today, with complete honesty, there is no anguish, there is no heartache, there is nothing other than bliss and love coming from your loved ones when they pass. Okay, they just have I don't want to say concern, but they just want to look after you. They just want to make sure that you are okay, on a vibration that you are coping, and they will do all that they can to help you. And they will even work on trying to get you to notice them in some way. And that will be very important to them, because they will want to know that you were able to pick up on them, okay? So we're here to be able to use our sixth sense, and this is why we have that. Each soul has that, so that we can embark on this connection with our loved ones and the world of spirits. So it's just, between the time we come into the world and between the time we go out, we really just got to get our act into gear rather, while we're here. We're not going to be 100% into alignment with spirit, but we are on both the other ends of the scale, because we're living this physical life here. But if we can be to a much greater alignment, to the best that we can be, that will be absolutely fantastic. And I just know my parents right now have just stepped in and they're just here to my right hand side, and that's really lovely. They're not always stepping in when they do, but that's just lovely that they've stepped in. And I think that's what happens too, is when we're talking about our loved ones, will show some appearance to being here, and that's the joy that we can have. And we just got to say to ourselves, our spirit loved ones are wanting to connect with us when they have passed. It's just when they have passed. It's not that they've got things to do. It's not that they've got work to do. It's just that you haven't quite met that vibration for them, okay, to come into the emerging spirit to spirit. So could you imagine if your spirit was on fine tuning and their spirit was, of course, is on fine tuning, you would be able to have the most enchanting experience that you would ever have. Absolutely beautiful. And I can, you can't see it because, I can see it, but my mother's kissing my cheek at the moment. Okay, so it's just funny. So it really is, from the spirit world's end, it's really important for us to make it very clear that when we go through that transition, okay, from having that out-of-body experience and merging in with the spirit that we already are, and that we already know, and that we already are a bigger picture too, which is source energy, then we will be much more happier about it, and knowing that our loved ones will be happier too. Okay, and loved ones that are very young, they're well cared for. They know they have. It's not like they're going, oh my, some parents think, oh my gosh, what's my child going to do? I mean, is she going to be okay? Of course she's going to be okay. Her spirit knows where it is, in that vibration of where they come from. So imagine, your place of home. It's your sanctuary. It's the most profound place where you absolutely feel oneness, and you can't have any more than oneness. It is the highest of all. So of course, young ones are going to feel that oneness and love, and they are going to meet all loved ones connecting in with them. It's going to be beautiful. So there's a bit of a little bit of insight to our loved ones and them passing, and the same with us. We should not have any fear whatsoever about ourselves passing, because it is a natural thing. We are coming out of this physical self that we know that we have been assigned to come into, to be in, to live the physical existence. But our spirit, okay, has known from the time we have come in what we are here for and what we are here to do, okay? And the same as when we go back out, okay? So it's really just about getting ourselves in a better place while we are here, all right? So I will leave that with you to ponder on there, and know that the spirit world is really working with us each day to connect with us. That they you'll have the knowing with the clear cognience. They're really wanting to open that up in a bigger way, even with our other clairs as well. But the knowing that if you just know your loved ones around, that's quite huge. And if you have the other experiences as well, to see and hear and feel, and all those you can taste and smell, it's wonderful, absolutely wonderful. However, it's just really about experiencing our loved ones in that pure light that they see themselves in when they go to the other side. Okay, thank you very much for listening with me there. And now I'm going to do some readings and who I feel drawn to. Okay. Hi, Amy. How are you? Hi, Jean. How are you? Hi, Madeline. How are you? Hi, Rachel. Rachel Joy. And good evening to you. And I'm sitting here. Actually, I don't know if you've noticed, I've got my hair out tonight. I just couldn't be bothered putting it up, and it's just, I've just got it up, and I had it up, and I just thought, oh, look, I'll put it down today, and down there, and just, feel a bit free about it, So, most times I have my hair up. So, okay, all righty. So what I'm doing is I'm just scrolling around, and when spirit, I just feel that connection to stop with someone, then I shall just, yes, it's very windy here too, Karen, very, very windy here too. Today we had winds like you wouldn't believe, and I felt like I had to hang on to something. So we haven't had that for a long time either, have we? Having strong winds. Yes. Okay. Okay. Now I'm wanting to stop with is it Shatona? Is it I'm not Shatoya. Shatoya. That's a pretty name. I hope I'm saying that right, Shatoya Smith. I feel I want to connect with you, darling. I really do feel I want to connect with you there, Shatoya. That's a really pretty name. So what you're saying here is, can I speak with a loved one? Of course you can. Every time we speak just out loud, our loved ones there, Shatoya, is always listening to us. Of course, there's times when we go to the showers and the toilets, and those very private moment times where they're not going to be around, but If you talk to them, of course they hear you. What you will need to do is just ask your loved ones to start helping you to match their vibration, okay? And that could be the place where you just, might need to do more study, or like in helping yourself raise your vibration, because it is all about vibration, okay? Spirit does come to some vibration with us to help us, especially if we're in much need of their help and guidance and love and healing. However, they really work with us to help us to develop, because that's what we're here for too. We're all spiritual beings. We're all here to develop ourselves. We have a sixth sense. Everybody has their psychic abilities, and you two do as well there, Shatoya. So, I just feel that, it's really just about talking more, getting that conversation happening, and asking them what you would like to have happen, and then they can start working with you on that. All right, that is really a really important thing to have addressed with you. I also feel with saying that, though, I also feel sometimes we need to be with like-minded people. So if we're going to if we want to develop ourselves, okay, on the spiritual self, and get more further into that, we need to be with people like that. We need to sort of like rub shoulders with people like that. We need to sit circle with people like that. We need to find out as much information about our spiritual self and our spiritual teachings as we do anything else. We study many things here on earth, and so if we can study more of that, we will be much more connected to the spirit world. I do just feel you have you've had quite a big interest in that for quite some time, okay? And I just feel that's what probably is the best thing for you there, Shatoya, and so that if you can touch base with someone that is in that field, okay, or start Googling some things that can help you get further into that, some development or something, it will certainly start the path, because as soon as you start doing something similar to that, the spirit will then starts working with you on it, and they will start bringing the right people in. They will start opening you up more, darling, okay? But we cannot say, oh, it's not working. It's not working for us. It is working. What's happening is that we can be a little bit disheartened with our development because it's not happening fast enough. Okay, and so that's what I can only say to you for today, is just embark that more spiritual study for yourself, and you will feel a lot more connected in there for you. And thank you very much for listening with me tonight there, Shatoya. Okay, Del? Okay, so Karen, I want to talk with you, darling. You said that you have lost your son's father last month. So that's a really traumatic time for not only yourself, but for your son as well. Your son would be feeling quite lost, I suppose. This is the most profound time to make some kind of connection to this gentleman who has passed, okay? Not only for yourself, but for your son as well. And if it means that you do some kind of a ritual thing, whether it be, you know, you're lighting a candle or you're doing something to bring him in and to have him connect with you and your son, then allow that to happen. All right. You know, you can certainly ask your son's father to give healing, love, and I'm sure he already is. And just ask the spirit world to help your son with this transition. And I'm not sure if you heard about what I was talking about before, but just know that he is in absolute ecstasy about the transition and where he's gone. He's not looking back in the sense that he has gone, because he's left what was, which was part of a lot of you know, pain and sadness and you know, unhappiness to his life. And so even though he's left some, you know, beautiful loved ones, to him he's in a better place, and he can only be the better person from that side, you see, to you and to your son. So what I can only suggest is I'm getting word now. I don't do, I'm not doing any mediumship here tonight to connect with loved ones. But what I do know from Spirit's End is that when your son is in his bedroom, and this is late at night, okay, he may wake up. And this is the time when his father will be very strong in his presence. And I know that he hasn't actually been sleeping very well. And I know that he's been with him for quite, you know, quite a bit around this time. And I feel there's quite a bit of a struggle with him as well, not coping with the transition. And what can we say from this end is that he is truly, truly, truly okay. He is happy. He is in oneness. His spirit has merged with the divine source. And he could not be any happier than where he is today. Okay. So Karen, I just want to let you know from Spirit's End that everything is fine from that end. Okay. However, they're certainly looking after, okay, this end with your son. And I feel that there's either a girl or something that they're also looking after as well. I'm not sure if it's your daughter or someone, a lady there that they're looking after as well. All right. So you know, my condolences to this tragic time in your son's life. What we can say, if he can start to connect with Dad by asking Dad, please connect with me in some way. And I actually feel like as though he has been sighting him. Okay, that means clairvoyantly. He's been seeing through third eye. Okay, he probably hasn't been understanding it to why or what's happening there. But when he does see these experiences, is to have gratitude. Okay, because it's certainly from Dad's end, it's certainly something that he wants to make stronger connection with your son there. Okay, so I'm going to leave that with you, Karen. Okay, so my sincere condolences on the passing of this wonderful spirit. Okay, that has gone to the other, to merge with Spirit. Okay, all right. Hi, Chelsea. Yes, Chelsea, I'm just connecting in here with you, and I'm seeing you say, I hear what you're saying. I believe they are at ease, and that's true. They are at ease. We don't come come back into merging with 100% of the full spirit self, and pain and suffering. Our own pain and suffering is here. That's the only pain and suffering we have, and that's pretty much self-created, on all the experiences that we're not dealing with and not coping with at all. So yes, definitely at ease, definitely happy. Doesn't matter what a spirit has passed with, whether young or old, they are in full ecstasy, love, and they wouldn't want it any other way. There is no looking back. Okay, no looking back. Okay. Okay, so also, Chelsea, I'm seeing here that you said, when my mum passed, I've been going to mediums to try and try to get to hear from her. So to my understanding, and hi Belinda, how are you? To my understanding is that you may not have had that opportunity yet, where mum has come in, and mum will come in when the time is right. Okay, and that's not when she's ready, that's when you're ready. It's all about vibration, darling. Okay, possibly, it may be just hanging on too much that you want it to happen. Okay, that can happen. So letting go of that. Okay, begin to say, look, mum, I haven't heard from you. Okay, but please give me a sign that you are here. Okay, and you'll start opening up yourself more, and then eventually, when you do go to a medium, they will be able to give you some absolute validation that your mother is there for you. Okay, so that's going to be really amazing. So thank you for all your love hearts, likes, and shares and everything, and thank you very much for all joining us tonight. So I hope that's helped you there with that, Chelsea. And look, your mother will, if your mother hasn't come in, your mother will come in. Okay, your mother will come in. And it's not that she's busy and doing this and that. It's all about vibration. Everything's about vibration. And possibly you just haven't met the vibration just yet. And maybe possibly the vibration of where the medium is at the moment is with not the stage of bringing that message in for you. Maybe you don't need it right now. I don't know, whatever the circumstances are there, but start opening yourself up by asking. The more we ask, okay, our spirit loved ones, for some validation, the more they will bring it in. The more they will bring it in, and there's so many different ways too. So many different ways. I've got a twin brother, and I had my mother not come in on my birthday. Oh, I was not happy, and I said to Mum, what's going on here? You're not coming to visit me on my birthday. Now, she would always come to visit me on my birthday. So to cut a long story short, some few days later, okay, she come to talk to me, and she said she was working with my brother because he was unwell. So you see what I'm saying? There's all different reasons to why they're not coming in and why things are happening. So, but look, that doesn't stop you from asking your mum, okay, to start giving you some signs. Okay, and I think she has been giving you signs. Okay, I'm just getting word here that she has been giving you signs. Okay, just got to open up a little bit more. It's like being a little bit more of the detective there. Okay, Chelsea. All right. And you will go, oh my gosh, yeah, right. I get it. Okay. And you'll know what we're talking about. Okay. Hi, Sasha. How are you? Oh, thank you for jumping on it this time. Thank you very much. Now I'm just reading a post. Okay, so Sasha, I want to talk to you, darling, because I've just read your post. And for those who haven't read your post, you're picking up on a lot of connection from spirit. Okay, so I gather that you are using your senses, your sixth sense, in a very big way. So you're clairvoyantly seeing spirit. Okay, you're probably having spirit talk to you. You're probably having, you're having all of those developments of yourself opening up, which is wonderful. I absolutely think it's wonderful. But sometimes it can be a bit like that steering wheel. Yeah, you've got your steering wheel. This is your life. Okay, and you just may have to be very careful about where you are and how you go about what you're experiencing. So in other words, if you were myself, here's a good example. If I was in a room full of people and I'm seeing spirits everywhere, I would not tell everybody that I'm seeing spirits. Yeah, I would not say to a lady behind her, your mother's there and she wants me to tell you blah, 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 blah. Do you know what I mean? Because number one, that is encroaching in on her space. She may not want it. She may not believe in it. And then also, I'm not the open book, yeah? So I'm not going to open myself up in any way, shape or form unless I'm doing that work. So what I can only suggest is that you have some really great abilities working there for you there, Sasha, and it's just about being honed and when and where to use them, okay? And, and I, as I say, some people can be quite defensive about the fact that you may be giving them some advice or you may be seeing something. So possibly what I suggest is you get with like-minded people where you can talk about it all the time and it's just like, yeah, and you can really open up, and the more you open up with that, that will be so amazing. Do you know what I'm saying? And then when you meet other people, you can say, well, I can see that stuff, but you just sort of hold back and you say, well, say to the spirit, well, I don't wish to acknowledge that right now, so I'm doing this, yeah. So for me, that's me. I've got my work, and then I shut off and I do something else. So in this situation, I'm connecting with spirit, but not with loved ones. I'm not doing mediumship, but I'm connecting in here with spirit. But I know that you've got a great, a great sixth sense that you're working with here. It's just really about yourself working to the level that okay, I just need to be able to get to the place where I can keep opening up more, okay, going into the right area for this, okay. And sometimes the people that are in your life may not be needing to be there for you. Do you know what I mean? So it might mean that you'll be walking away from those people if they're not coming into some alignment with you. Okay. I can honestly say that most of my life I've been quite a lonely medium. Yeah, quite a lonely psychic medium, because, you know, growing up as a kid, you know, it's like you feel like you're a bit weird. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not, other people are not being the same as you, and you don't understand it. So, you know, just embrace that, Sasha. I really do think it's wonderful, and keep opening yourself up, darling, and, you know, and get with like-minded people who you feel that joy with. All right, darling. Thank you for joining us tonight. And I'm just looking at yours there, Joe McPherson. And, you know, there's a lot of souls who will be clairvoyantly seeing spirit. Okay. And this is wonderful. I really do think it's wonderful that you see spirit, because, you know, that's what we're here for. Yeah, we're here to see spirit. We're here to use all our abilities, okay, to have spirit in our world, okay? And because we are that spirit, and it's just like as though we've come from being spirit into here, spirit, and we go out spirit. You know what I'm saying? But we contend to with the rocky road of the physical plane. You know, we can diminish some of that spirit in our connection with our day-to-day life. So it's wonderful for you guys who are being able to experience your spirit people, and just keep working with that. So very proud of you. Keep going. Don't stop. Okay, because this is what you're meant to be doing. Okay, this is your first job and foremost job, okay, is to be connecting with the source that you know is here. Okay, all right, that's lovely, just lovely. Hi, Elizabeth. Yes, you can have a reading, Elizabeth, you can. So Lawless, hi, how are you, Elizabeth? Okay, let me see what we have to say for you, darling. Okay. So then what they're showing me here is there's a rainforest, okay? And it's like down at that rainforest, there's mud. And it seems like you've either been trudging through the mud or trudging through that experience either the months before, or, and it seems like as though you may not have had any groundwork with it. It's like, oh, pick up the foot, boom, pick up the next foot, boom, you know what I mean? And so what we want to say is that you will be coming out of the trudging of that place, and just coming, you know, into normal walking, say, the normal walking drill, if you like. And I just feel that there'll be a lot more merging, okay, into a bit more of yourself. Do you understand? And when you come into a bit more of yourself, that means you're coming into a bit more of your true spirit self. Yeah. So a lot more understanding about what you're doing and where you're going. All right. So I also they're also showing me the word that says beginnings. Okay, so I don't know if you've started something new, beginnings of something. This can be the beginnings of new things in your life. This could be a beginning of something new in your career, you know, something of a new relationship. Whatever the new beginnings are, I just see a lot more of new beginnings coming in for you there, Elizabeth. So that's lovely. That's really lovely. And I just feel that if you have been trudging through that terrain, if you like, it's going to be a much more easier transition for you to come in, because I just see with that word coming in as beginning, new beginnings here. this is a good start and a good, it's like you're starting all over again, okay? You're starting over again, and, sometimes you have to, if it means that you're taking a new path to something new, to better yourself, okay, and to better your life. All right, so I'm going to leave that with you there, Elizabeth, and thank you very much for joining us tonight. Just going to have a quick drink. Got some lemon juice, yeah. Hi, Angela. Hi, Rena. Hi, Gabby. Hi, Alison. I'm stopping at you, Alison. I'm just trying to sit with your energy at the moment, Alison, if you don't mind. Okay, so what they're doing is they're showing me a door and you're knocking on it, and that's not opening. Okay, Alison, do you understand what we mean about that? Don't know, I've got to pass the message on, darling. So the door, it's a wooden door, quite a hard looking wooden door, and you've been knocking and knocking and knocking and knocking, and it's not opening. Okay, so it appears to me that what you've been knocking on, the door that you've been knocking on, isn't the right door, the right avenue, the right way you're going about it. Okay, that what's happening in your life, and of course that then leads you to having some frustration. That then can lead you to going, oh, I'm giving up. I've had enough. Okay, so there's a saying, can you just change some direction, okay, to a totally different door? So that means a totally different pathway, a totally different way of outcome, a totally different thought pattern of how you want to do this particular thing you want to do in your life. Do you understand? And then they'll just say that there's no door. There is no door. There's the path. The path is there. It's easy flow. You have no problems whatsoever. So it's about getting that strategy in your mind. Very simple there, and just having that understanding that it's going to be easy when you stop knocking on the door. All right, so something you have been doing there, okay, Alison, in for a little while, it's not working, darling. It's like you're shaking it or banging it, and it's like open it or something, and it's never going to open. It's never going to open, I can tell you now. So it's changing strategy. It's changing a whole different mindset of how you are going to go about your life. All right, darling, I'm going to leave it there for you to ponder on that one. All right. Okay, yes, can keep doing some more. Great. Okay, so Amber Wallace, hello. So I'm just going to sit with your energy for a minute too. Hi, Brooke. And I'll hopefully, so Amber, I'm just going to connect with you for now. I don't know if you own dogs, or if you work with dogs, or if you are an animal lover, or if you I just feel that when you are working with animals, you are at your greatest peace when you work with animals, whether it's working with animals in a zoo, or working with dogs or cats, or working with something. I just feel your nature there, Amber, is very nurturing. But I also feel when you work with animals, it is a sense of grounding for you. All right. And I feel, I'm not sure if you had or someone else, might be your mother or someone who has had a larger dog had gone to the spirit world. Okay. Someone was quite devastated when they had lost this dog. And I just feel also you have a great communication with animals. You have a great communication with animals. You can open up to animals that, which you can actually open up to many other things as well. Whether it be nature or the plants or whatever. But I just feel animals there is something that really takes you back to a place where you feel and I don't know why I'm seeing cats and seeing lots of cats as well. So I don't know if you have a lot of cats, but just remember your soul is at peace when you're in that vibration of animals, okay? All right there. And I'm not sure if I'm picking quite up on you or someone close to you there, Amber, that you've been a little bit under par lately. And they're just giving me the connection here of vitamin B. So get some vitamin B into you. You don't have to take it in capsule form. By all means, you can just go and get it in other ways. Yeah. Just go back to your healthy fruit and veg. To do that. All right, so I'm going to leave that with you there, Amber, to have a think about. All right, so thank you for joining us tonight. Okay. Hi, Brooke McCarthy. And I feel connected to you, Brooke. Would love read or give me any advice on my spiritual journey. Okay, so what do we want to say to you there, Brooke? Can we first say that you've got an inner soul, you have your own mind, and you have a really intellectual mind, and you're very easily distracted by other people's mindsets. So what they say you can take on board and you can maybe listen to, and we just want to come back into that place where you go, you know what, it's okay, I can hear you, but at the end of the day, what's happening in with you, darling? What is your spirit telling you? Because I just feel you can get advice from other people, just like myself. You can get advice from me too, but at the end of the day, what is your true calling here in your spirit? What does your spirit truly want? Okay, because listening to other people and their advice isn't going to be serving you, darling. I can truly tell you now. It's not going to be serving you. It's like you're finding all the answers all in the wrong place, darling. All right. And I also feel it's time for a change of job and address or something, change there in that area for you to, just to have some really different perspective of what you want in your life. There's a lot of changes that I feel that need to happen with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure who's got the little toddler. If you've got the toddler or someone else has got the toddler. And I just feel whoever's got that toddler, it's just like doing a bit of not necessarily discipline, but I just feel it's a bit more foundation. We want a bit more foundation for this toddler. So I'm not sure who the toddler is. Is it if it's for you or someone close to you? This toddler needs a little bit more foundation. That means more grounding, more stability, not going here, there, and everywhere. Does that make some sense there? I'm going to leave that with you there, Brooke. Just want to say something else there. What was coming in there? And I also want to say to you that you have the ability to do some healing. If you don't know how to do some healing, then, go and find out how to from spiritual people in your area, how to how to work on healing, okay, healing yourself and healing those around you, okay. This will be a great field for you to work into and developing yourself more there, but also it will be helping you with your spiritual journey as well. All right, Brooke, thank you for joining us tonight. All right, okay, yes, I do have to go. Thank you everyone for joining us. Do please remember that when we transition, our spirit is in absolute ecstasy. It's beautiful. There is no problems whatsoever. So it is all good. Okay, all is good, and the only problems is that it's at this end. Okay, for us that are not coping with the loved ones who have passed on the other side. Okay, so if you're in the Queensland area and you'd like to come and see me at the North Lakes in Queensland there for Joining Two Worlds, you can jump on my website there on the link there for all bookings there. If you'd like to have a reading, you can touch base with Sarah. But just overall, we thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Thank you for all your lovely messages. Thank you for just touching base, and thank you for your likes and shares and everything like that. I'm very, very grateful to be here and connecting with you tonight. I am feeling a little bit on the tired side. I have had a full week of readings and today as well. So, but Spirit gives us wonderful energy, so we get by until we get in there into the bed and have a sleep. So, until next Friday, you enjoy yourself. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you then. Bye for now. Bye, everyone.